So in earlier lessons, we saw how you can drag and drop files and they'll show up in these conversations. But what if somebody shared a file a really long time ago and you don't know where it is anymore? Well, up at the top of the channels is the Files tab, and any file that is shared in a channel will end up in the Files tab. So that is thing number one to look for. And the same is true in chats. If somebody shared a file in a chat with you, in our Classes tab, if there was a file posted in the chat, that is going to show up there as well. So as long as you remember where that file was shared, you have a good idea where to look for it. Now, you can organize files in teams, and your teacher is going to take the lead on how files are organized, but this is a really useful thing to know, because making sure that your files are organized is really important. So we can see that in the general channel, we have class materials, and you're not going to be able to change that, only your teacher can, but you do have other files as well. So let's say this is our Minecraft club, and if I have a really cool skin pack that I made that I want to share, I can get my teacher's permission to add it here. So I would click into skin packs, and I could either upload and select the file, or I could just drag and drop it right in there. Now if I want to download a file, so we can see here that we shared the Final World file for Focuscraft. I have to go to these three dots here. I'm going to click on those three dots and I'm going to go to download. And that's how I get the file onto my device so that I can actually use it. So anytime you want to download a file, whether it shows up in a chat or in a conversation in the channel, those three dots will be there for you to click on and download. The other useful thing is if you know where a file is and you want to share it with someone, you can actually click on this little share button and it will grab a link, so you can either copy it and paste it into a chat, or you can email it to someone. As long as they have access to that team, they'll be able to follow that link and see the file that you wanted to share. So the last little thing I wanted to call attention to is that the files that we've been looking at so far aren't ones that I can make changes to. I can't make changes to a Minecraft world in Teams. I have to download it first. But what if it's a document, so Word or Excel or PowerPoint? Let's go take a look at another team that has some files like that. So if we look at the files here, this is a Word document. And if I go in here, this is actually meant for this team to collaborate on. So you can see that the team has been working on this. Now, if I have gone in here from Teams, any changes that I make to this document will show up for everyone. It's a collaborative document. So that's a thing that you have to be very, very sure about when you're using these team files. Are you working on a collaborative document that you want everyone to see the changes on? If so, you can work on it in Teams and those changes will apply for everyone. If it's not, if you want to have your own copy, you will need to download it first and use that download, or it's going to change it for everyone. And one final neat detail. In the Files tab, you can actually create a new folder, Word document, Excel workbook, PowerPoint presentation, OneNote notebook, Forms, Visio, or link directly in the Files tab.